Hi guys, Ken here. Going to Los Angeles today, biting the bullet, driving 2 hours, trying to go to the IMAX VR experience. It's the only one in the world right now. It's supposed to be the best VR available. They have HTC Vives there. I have an HTC Vive, but they also have the StarVR there, which is what I'm really excited to try, which is not going to be commercial for, there's no plans for it to become commercial because it's the highest end VR. 5K, 210 degrees field of view, horizontally 130 vertically, which the Vive is only 110 both ways, so it's a lot bigger field of view. I'm really excited to give it a shot. Hopefully we'll make it in time. Stay tuned.
Oh gosh, honey, you're doing it.
I have an HTC Vive at home. I actually just bought John Wick 2 days ago as well and played that on the HTC Vive, but I had to try it on the StarVR. Oh, better get down. Oh, she's in the hole. That's so John Wick.
Check your chaperone if you'll follow the gun this way. Walk forward slowly until you see the blue grip. There's the blue grip. So when you see the grip, take a step back.
There are.
Yeah, so you know the blue grid is just the chaperone for the space when you're close to a real wall.
Right.
So you're not running into a wall. Since you played it before, you know that you just point down and actually look.
Cool. No force feedback.
Aww. Does it?
Going for some recoil action.
Do the Vive controllers have that?
They have just a little bit of rumble. Whoa, this is definitely a bigger field of view. Woo! Oh my gosh! Yeah. Yes. Zoom in a couple times on the screen too, if you can, and you see it, just to show what it looks like on the screen.
Okay.
Oh, they need some force, some kickback in the gun though. They need some blowback. I would have added a lot more. I was kind of expecting that. They would have that. But it feels just like the one in the game, so that's pretty cool. Okay, there's more lag with this tracking. It's a little bit laggier.
With
It
your
feels a little laggier anyways.
with your trans with
Than
it.
the Vive is. It's blurrier too than the Vive is, but it's the wide angle is freaking cool. Like I could see him a lot better. Come up on my left. The chaperone system feels just like the HTC Vive one, except it seems like it doesn't turn on quite as soon. Woo! Yeah, I'm loving the field of view. It is blurrier though.
I'm surprised because isn't it
It's a
supposed?
sweet spot. It's a little bit smaller on these. Well, must be just right. Pretty fun. John Wick. Whoa. See, I almost hit the wall there. The chaperone system comes on a little bit later. I like this bungee thing. Definitely don't miss tripping on the cable at home. Is he holding the cable up for me?
No.
Can you come to my house to do that? I can't hear anything. The eye tracking also for the for like the multiplayer games. It's supposed to track where you're looking, so people in the multiplayer game can see when you're making eye contact with them. This game on the Vive, you use a sniper rifle and a pistol. I haven't got to the machine, haven't unlocked the machine gun with it yet. It feels a lot like the Vive, but it's kind of like blurrier when I look around. Hit the neck! Got him! John Wick! Let's see where I ranked. Number 3 today. I guess they don't keep the scores.
Where are they?
I know, you gotta look around for them.
Oh shit.
Hey, watch your language.
Oh shit. I'm trying to come up here. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Somebody's shooting me somewhere. I don't know where. I don't know where they're shooting me from. Guy. I can't get that guy. I feel like I'm getting him, but.
Pretty cool.
It was so immersive. Oh shit! I hear a helicopter.
Yeah, that's a good thing. How long have you guys been open?
This opened on January 6th.
January
We still
6th.
haven't really had our grand opening.
Where are the cameras at for these things? Is that them there? Must be.
Yeah.
They're flanking me.
And how many are there? One, 2, 3.
I don't know. There's too many. There's too many of them.
You know, it works.
I can't do this.
It works opposite of Vive.
I hate these games.
Okay.
Yeah. Like Vive, our Vives are emitting infrared light, but this is actually cameras looking at the light coming from the
Okay.
opposed to the Vive, the headset is seeing the light.
Right. You just have the two here, right? The two StarVRs?
Yeah.
What's next for it? Do you know? I thought maybe you might have The Walking Dead.
I think management does know, but they're not telling
I'm
us.
telling you. So this is the walk experience. I guess you gotta wear a vest. That seems to be about the only difference between the HTC Vive and the HTC Vive at IMAX is they put a haptics vest on you in all of them. Here's the Rabid ride.
Wow.
Okay, so we're done. Barely made it. Just in the nick of time. This is the wife, Diana. We just did the John Wick experience, which is kind of the same game that's on the HTC Vive.
But we did it on the StarVR.
But we did it on the StarVR. The only things that they have available for the StarVR at the IMAX place is the John Wick experience. The rest, they have like 10 other booths and they're all HTC Vive booths. And it's basically like you pay $10. At least it was for the John Wick experience. It probably is for everything. You pay $10, you get like 15 minutes of gameplay,
Yes.
and you got to book a 20-minute session. What did you think of the StarVR?
So, StarVR does have a wider field of view. However, it was kind of hard to explore it and really focus on it because I was too busy focusing on shooting the bad guys.
I wish I could have not been shot at for like a few minutes so I could just like examine the peripheral vision, the peripheral view. It definitely has a lot more peripheral. That's very nice and it's shocking. I had that wow moment when I put it on, like the first time I put on the Oculus Rift DK1, 2-3 years ago. I definitely had that whoa moment, which was cool to have that again.
Much more immersive.
Yeah, the water field view is good, but I feel like it's a little blurrier out here than it. But I didn't really take time to stop and look over at it because I was too busy like aiming down the sights and looking at what's right in front of me.
I think it has, like you said, a smaller sweet spot, so it's harder to find that clear.
Yeah, if you don't have it in the right spot, it's going to be kind of blurry. And I felt also it doesn't have the low persistence. I think their goal is to get it to be 90 frames per second, 90 hertz refresh rate. That's their goal, so it matches the Rift and the Vive. But it's not, I don't think it's there yet. I think it's at 60. It felt to me like the DK1, as far as when I turned my head fast, the blurry, it felt like 60 frames a second, and it was blurry. But it supposedly has a 5K resolution on it, and there was no screen door effect. There was no big like pixels and with the black bars in between the pixels. I didn't notice that, but I think also that the lenses, in order to try to get that wide field of view, are just a little blurrier. No?
Mm-hmm. I think the reason I didn't notice a lot moving my head so much because I don't move my head a whole lot.
Yeah, she didn't really
As
move
much.
around that much.
But what I did notice is the gun controller. For one thing, it wasn't like a 1-to-1 with what I was seeing. Like what I felt like what I was holding was smaller than what I was seeing. Or was it bigger? I can't remember. It just wasn't 1-to-1. I remember that. And I felt like when I was moving the gun, it kind of would jump or warp. It didn't feel exactly the way I was holding it, like the Vive controllers. The Vive controllers are like exactly what you see is what you feel like. You could reach out for it and it looks just like what you said.
It was a little off. It wasn't quite as 1-to-1 as the HTC Vive tracking. And they were using 6 cameras, the guy said.
Mm-hmm. And the
6 cameras to track it.
HTC Vive is just 2.
Just uses the 2 lighthouses. Right. So, yeah, the tracking wasn't quite as good. I also felt like there was some lag in it. When I would like stand up or when I would take a side step and when I would move the gun around, I felt like there was a little more delay. I really, really like the wide field of view though, and I can't wait until like the Vive 2, until, you know, they're gonna make the field of view wider.
Yeah, basically if you take a Vive and you give it that field of view, it'd be perfect.
Right. Because
the Vive's got everything else, and I guess not just the field of view, but also the higher resolution, the less screen door effect.
I'm a little disappointed, but I'm really happy that I got to try out that field of view, and as I'm driving home, I'm like, why doesn't my Vive have that field of view? I want my Vive to have that field of view. I don't want to go back, but I also am really happy with if I had to choose between the Vive or the StarVR, I would pick, as they are right now, I would pick the Vive because of the tracking speed and the clearness of it. But you know, they're not done with the StarVR either. They're still developing it. They only had 2 of them there at the center. They were only playing John Wick games on them.
Sorry.
I didn't notice any eye tracking in it, any cameras looking at inside, watching my eyes, and I don't think they've implemented that yet either. And that's another thing that I've heard the makers of the Starbreeze Studios, they want to do.
Yeah, because they wanted to see where you were looking to make it clearer at that point to help with the processing of such a big field of view and high resolution.
Right. Instead of having to render the whole world at high resolution, you really only got to render what you're looking at in high resolution, like where you're focusing on, and you don't even notice that the stuff around it is going to be blurry. I think they call it foveated rendering, if you want the scientific term. I also don't think that they have the screens. Like, I don't think I think they're still waiting to get the 90 frames per second screens in those things. It was a lot lighter than I thought it was going to be. And then when you look at the pictures, and the pictures make it look kind of like the PSVR, where it's like a halo hat almost, and then it kind of just hangs down. But this was set up just kind of like the Vive, just elastic straps. And it was, I think it was almost lighter than the Vive.
I know, it has 2 big, huge screens, but yeah, I think it is lighter.
I think it was almost lighter than the Vive, because the Vive's got all these sensors in it. Here they were using cameras to look at lights, and it's kind of like the Vive has a bunch of cameras on it. All those little sensors are almost light cameras, and they're reading the lights that the lighthouse send out. So it's a totally different.
Inverted.
That's kind of a drawback of the Vive's tracking. It's very, very good. It's also a little heavy. So I did like the HTC Vive John Wick 2 days ago, the StarVR John Wick today, maybe the John Wick Chapter 2 movie tomorrow.
And you watched the Chapter 1 the day before.
That's true, I did. I'm John Wick.